Hey everybody, Tommy G.
Yeah, PJ.
Hey there.
How's
Finally,
it going?
yeah. Hi.
We're
We're
here.
we
Where are
are
you?
we're getting out of town, taking AM flight over to Colorado Springs. So we haven't been to Colorado Springs, and well, this is the first time this season.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And it's the first time we're going to be facing off against the, what are they? The
Lockhorns.
Colorado Lockhorns. That's right. They're a new team to the league as well. So this is their inaugural season as well. So this will be the first meeting between the Ramblers and the Lockhorns.
Yeah, we looked at we actually looked at the Lockhorns, and all honesty, before the season started, it was sort of a toss up between the Lockhorns and the Ramblers.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Yeah. And the Ramblers won the coin toss, so
Yep.
But yeah, so here's how we're flying out. I'm gonna head out. It's kind of a simple flight up there, but yeah, I actually got a garage in Colorado Springs for my trucking company. One of our hubs there, little west and north of the airport. And then yeah, when we're in town, we're gonna hope to get out and do some hunting too. I think.
Yeah, do some hunting. I'm looking forward to that myself, especially after this wow, it wasn't even, it was the 5-game road stand and then the 1 game at home. We just have not performed well, so it's going to be nice to get out on the range and do a little hunting and a little tracking and just forget baseball for a little bit because I think that's what we all need. I think the team needs it too, just to maybe turn off for 24 to 48 hours and just let it go. We've struggled, Tommy. Our starting pitchers have not been able to get out of the 3rd inning without giving up at least a handful of runs.
Yeah, yeah, it's been real bad. Like you said, I mean the whole away trip being losses was about the worst you can imagine.
Yeah.
Then coming back and doing the same, but like the 3 games with giving up scores in the teens, or yeah, what would be like 42 or 43 runs in 3 games we gave up.
Something like that, yeah. I think we were outscored like 57-7 or something. Yeah. It was ridiculous. And the weirdest part about it was we over the span we had 2 relatively new pitchers, a B plus, B ranked, and one of our normal pitchers, our starter Tobias Glover, I believe it was, who's a B minus ranked. All pretty good pitchers, and yet couldn't get through the 3rd inning without, like I say, giving up at least 5 or 6 runs, sometimes even more. But yeah, and then you bring in the long relief, and they would do really well.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, and it's then and starter was just caving in.
Yeah, and that was the part I didn't understand. It almost seemed formulaic because, we had a couple of games in a row there where it was just like, it was the same performance, just with different names in the pitchers. It's just like, that's the part I didn't understand. But I'm hoping that when we go up against the Lockhorns here in Colorado, we're going to see them just really kind of lock down and try to get back to the basics. I mean, at this point, I think any hope of a playoff, appearance is all but, forgotten. At this point, you're just playing. Oh, nice shadow there.
Yeah.
At this point, you're just playing for for pride, really. So let's get back to A plus B equals C baseball, and just that easy. You know what I mean? Just pitch and catch. That's all we got to worry about. But yeah, it's been a rough stretch for the Ramblers here.
Yeah. I hope it's kind of rough weather here, so I hope we get up out of this stuff without too much problem. Hopefully it's better weather out in Colorado. Yeah. So I mean, it was also frustrating. I know we were talking a little while back. Let's see, I could bring this up here after we. Where is this one? I want to. Here's the picture of the team. Just a second.
Gotta wait for the ding.
Yeah, ding. Right. You can show your seat.
You may feel free to move about the cabin.
Right. Yeah. Not on the climb out. Wait till we get it. Yeah. This is super flying into, man.
Yeah.
Little puppy. So keep your seatbelt. Anyway. Yeah. So the team here, we're all super excited because, up in the upper right there, standing next to Noah McLean, we picked up Lad Bradwick. Or like, I think we got the missing link now. We got some crazy good starters. He's our best pitcher, right? Right off the money. And
Right.
he choked, and then it was just like you said, that every the relievers came. The relievers did okay. We had the last game. Jada Testa came out. She played well for a little bit. Didn't do perfect, but she had an okay showing.
Well, it was a situation where Bor Reliable and then Leland Bull, they're starter slash relievers, so they're able to go a lot longer. Whereas once we used those two up, we went with Danny Bowers, and he did really well. But again, he's got a limited pitch count, so once he hits that number, he starts getting shaky. Same thing with Jada Testa. She came in after that, and I think she's even shorter relief. But she hits that, she gets close to that magic number, and all of a sudden they start getting a little bit more shaky. But yeah, Leland Bull and Bor Reliable were very productive and did pitch very well when they came in. Unfortunately, by the time they came in, they were already in an uphill fight. And the other thing we got to talk about, Tommy, is the lack of offense. This extreme contact team is not making contact.
Yeah.
They just aren't hitting the ball.
Yeah, and you figure that's got to change, right? I mean, can it change to tomorrow? Hopefully, I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta figure. I mean, we got a little, like, we brought in what was it? Hector Clemens.
Yeah.
That's who this is, right? Yeah, number 22. You got a 3-run home run.
Yeah, which is good. Like I said, Tom and I talked about this, I think, on the last flight, where we have a baseball team full of really extraordinarily high batting averages, but they seem to be hitting for average. So a lot of solo home runs, a lot of singles or doubles with nobody on. So there's been no runs equated with the hits. So it's kind of like their averages are up, but we're not scoring runs, and we're not winning ball games. So it was nice to see a 3-run home run finally. You got a couple runners on base rather than hitting into the double play. Clemens was able to hit one to center field and bring everybody in for once, which was good. But again, it was too little, too late at that point. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and then so now I don't have the other thing here is just we've been flying all the time. We've been on the road. This is an older graphic. I took this after the wide loads games. Yeah, so we lost the Moose, we lost lost the Wild Pigs, lost the wide loads, lost the Moose, lost the Burners, lost the Hot Corners by double digits, and now we just got 5 games with 5 games left in the season.
Right. Yeah, and like I said, I don't think we're mathematically out of it, because we do have a very tight division, and as Tom pointed out, I think we're only playing 500 at this point, even after that 6-game losing streak. I think we're still only at 500, aren't we?
I think we're a game below. I think we've finally worked out a losing record.
Yeah, that's right. I think the Hot Corners, they put us under. So we're one game below 500. So we're technically not out of it, but we would have, I think, given the extreme beatings that we've been taking, our run differential is so bad that our only hope of getting into the playoffs is to win the division, which means we have to overtake the Moose, which I think is going to be a lot harder than and it's going to be a lot more difficult than we're going to be able to handle.
Yeah, and we got those last 5. So it's going to, we're playing Lockhorns, and it's we have 4 of those 5 are on the road here again too. Yeah, we're in Colorado for this next one. Just 1 in town. Hopefully get a win there. Then we're on the road again to Chicago. We're there for a week. We play 2 games. That's big because it's another division. If we're going to try and get that wild card, we got to perform well against the Crocs.
Right. And they're real close to us too. So they're fighting. I mean, they're in the hunt as well. So they come in. They're going to want to put us down. Both games. I think we beat them the 2 times up in down in Dallas.
We did.
They're looking to at least even the season against us. So
yeah. And then we got just one last home game. We're only coming home for one, the Sirloins. Then we're back on the road again. We finish it up against another division rival in the Wildcats, and things off in Atlanta. And that's just, that's yeah. So it's however we those teams beat us, we're done. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then again, you get to that last game against the Wildcats, that could wind up being just for bragging rights. The winner of that game will wind up being able to stay out of the cellar in the division.
Yeah.
Because the Wildcats right now are in last place in our division. Again, it's so tightly packed that I'm not going to count them out at this point. They could make a move, but if things go the way they're going, we'll be meeting just to try and see who stays out of the basement over in the off season.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what to expect there, but now I forgot. I bring this back up again. I forgot this. So I didn't do any research on the Lockhorns. Do you have any? I mean, it looks like Burnswell is going to get the start, but I'd never heard of Burnswell,
I haven't either.
and I have no idea who's on that team. So
Yeah,
I don't know what to expect.
yeah, that's the thing about some of these new teams is we haven't played them yet, so we haven't come across them, so we don't know what to expect. It's going to make it kind of exciting. But again, maybe that's it. Maybe facing somebody we're not sure of is going to help us just get back to basic baseball.
Yeah. Do you know how they're doing?
They are streaky. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I think they started out the season, they were pretty good. They looked like they were going to be pretty good because I remember thinking, wow, we should have gone with the Lockhorns.
Yeah.
But then they kind of fell off, and now they seem like they're kind of like us. They're in the hunt. I think they're in second place in their division. So they're in the hunt definitely, but I wouldn't say they're world beaters.
Yeah, that's
They're no hot corners.
yeah, and it's tough because I for some reason my impression of them was they're pretty comparable to us. Like it's because we're streaky, and there was points where looks they're getting up here near cruising altitude then I guess. Zero gravity. Yeah. No, but for a while there, it's like, oh, they're looking really good, like you said, and then they kind of fell out of it. I guess they're not all that good. And hey, they're looking real good again, and so this could be a real good matchup actually between our two teams.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. I'm looking forward to it. Like I say, just seeing the stadium and seeing the new unis and stuff like that, and getting to know some of the players. Yeah, I'm excited.
And now we started Glover in the last one. Who's our second string? Who's playing tonight? Or behind him.
Fernando Beefy, I think.
That's right. Beefy's good.
He is good.
Beefy's good. If
he should be good.
Yeah, if he doesn't choke, I think we're in a good spot.
Well, I think all you folks who have watched the games know that there were outside forces that may have been at work. Because we made a move and we brought in what's his name?
Lad
Bradwick. We had Mitch Berry. Now Bradwick's a B+, Berry's a B.
Yeah.
And then we did Tobias Glover. He's a B-. And again, we've pitched Glover. He's looked good.
Yeah.
And all three of these pitchers just got shelled, which is so uncharacteristic. And I just don't know. And again, could be us. Could be me and Tom have completely forgotten how to pitch after 30 some odd games.
Yeah.
So, but I kind of, and that's why I kind of brought up the fact that it almost seemed formulaic, because it didn't matter that Bradwick was a B+, didn't matter that Berry was a B, and it didn't matter that Glover was a B-. They all pitched the same. It was the same quality, and we just couldn't get anything past anybody, and everything was getting into the corners. It was just, and you kind of scratch your head and go, okay, I had a bad night. I'll take that. But
yeah.
Things that make you go,
Well, and that, and they I think the thing I'm most eager to see doesn't even have to do with our play. It's just how's the game going to perform with the glitching.
Yeah.
We've had a ton of glitching, some really funny stuff. I mean, good comedy for watching, but it just totally throws. There's a couple I watch it back, and it's just like, okay, I'm going to place this pitching reticle in the upper right corner of the strike zone, and then it just snaps right to the middle. It's like, what was that?
Yeah,
Pow! Of
it's almost
course.
it's like a reset,
Yeah.
like a last
Yeah.
second reset, just as you're hitting the button.
Yeah, and
It's like,
if everything's working right, it glides a little.
yeah,
You work, and sometimes you miss. It's like, oh,
right,
you see it, but when it just goes snap, it's almost like an aimbot,
right,
where it's like, what
yeah,
the crap was that? And then
yeah.
that's
And then,
frustrating.
yeah, and then my other feeling is that once you pull the starter and you bring in the relief pitcher, whether it was Leland Bull or I can't think of them, but or Danny Bauer or
Mm.
anybody, they do really well. And it's like, well, how is it that we're pitching really well with the relief pitcher, but we couldn't pitch with the starting pitcher? That
Yeah,
again makes me kind of go, this seems weird. Something seems to be up. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. And
So
sometimes it's just gonna bury one of your pitchers. Like it's like
yeah,
the game wants you to switch. It's like, well, no, we're not
right,
gonna. This guy's the game's
right.
lost. We're not gonna give somebody else a 8 ERA.
Yeah, well, and that's the other thing too, is now that outside of that, the poor performance of our starter, our best three pitchers, basically, is their ERAs are way up. They've been, so for the rest of the season, they're going to try and work it back a little bit, but they're gonna have to be careful that they don't just repeat these same types of outings and fall apart quickly. They're all going to be tense probably in the first inning, because of their last outing. So it just makes things difficult.
Yep. All right, we're gonna catch
Drink
you
time.
as we come on in. Yep. Hey, there's the moon,
Hey, there it is.
and there's a little abridgment here. There's some. I'll tell you, there's some issues with the video, but much better weather. It looks like as we're coming down to the Rockies here, so that's kind of
Yeah.
nice. Um, yeah. So, yeah. So excited to do that. It's always nice to play at Big Sky Ballpark, and we'll just have to see how that is. And then yeah, like you said, we're gonna do some hunting. If you're on the channel you watch, we got to Mexico when we were down there. That was fun. It took us. You did on mine. I don't know. Did you put yours out yet? Did you? Your video?
No, I haven't put it out.
Okay. I mean, I just cut off a large chunk, before we got injured, and then
Yeah.
and up till here we are. So we're just bending right here. It's neat country out here.
It is.
Yeah,
It is very cool.
I'm looking forward to driving back out here again. As we get more time
Yeah.
driving to American Truck Simulator. Like I said, I got this garage in Colorado Springs. I think I got 3 drivers there that are working. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to. We're gonna do Silver Springs. Silver Springs? What's it called? The hunting range in Colorado?
Silver Ridge Springs, I think.
Silver
it's
Ridge
called, right?
Peaks.
Silver Ridge Peaks. That's it.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite.
I do like it. Yeah, I like all the maps. Again,
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Hunter Call of the Wild by Expansive Worlds it's just a beautiful game.
Yeah.
So all of them are really nice. I've been playing Sunderpotten lately because that's the newest one that's come out, and I'm having a lot of fun with that. The Tigers are they're a difficulty. Like I said, that's the thing about Silver Ridge Peaks is that they don't really have anything that will come at you unless you startle it.
A bison.
Yeah, the bison will come after you. But but you get them tigers. They're pretty scary, and they got, of course, the audio that goes with it. People don't really recognize the audio as much in these games, but man, the audio on that thing is crazy. When you hear that thing growl, and you got your headphones on, boy. You
take them off.
Yeah, you can feel that right, just running down your spine. You're like, oh, that's. Start looking around, like, where's it coming from?
Yeah.
So I like all the maps. I haven't. They've come out so many have come out recently. They've been doing such a great job of releasing. What was it? I think one a year or 2 a year, something like that. I think I get that confused with.
American Truck Sim. They've been doing 2 a year. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe it's 1 a year or so, but I haven't been able to really. Tiaroa, I haven't really done a whole lot of hunting there. New England Woods, which is like the East Coast. I've been on it, but I haven't really done much hunting there. So all of them are fun. I do like Silver Ridge Peaks. Again, I do like bison. So that's one of the reasons why I like that one. And was the Yukon Valley? I think they have bison on that one as well.
Yeah, I'm looking at maybe bighorn sheep out here.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to get.
Or bison, but I also like deer. I like deer hunting.
What I really need to do is I need to just grind and just go for cash, because I have an entire list of gold critters waiting to be taxidermized, and I can't even harvest anymore because I got nowhere to put them. So I really gotta get cash so I can start turning these things over.
Oh, yeah.
I
Well,
got 2 gold tigers.
and the Silver Ridge is like, geographically speaking, it's a little like west of Denver. So the west of here is probably where the range is that so I'm gonna do some single player stuff. I got the Hunting Simulator 2, and I could do some solo hunting in Colorado at that rate. I want to do that too. Get that up at some point. Let you see that. And
I'm looking forward to that.
And then back in Texas too. I got a hunting license in Texas to hunt there, so that'll be fun. Yeah, I want to put that up. Other than that, I think we did Sea of Thieves recently.
We did.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Easy read. Yeah, it's fun and funny too. It's a play. Oh, so I was looking up on Sea of Thieves, obviously an old game, but last time we played it was a long time ago, and it was just a free for all, open world. And several years back, they let you do set up your own server, so it could be a private. And that's the best thing for us.
We're not as young and fast as a lot of the other players, or AKA trolls.
So we might put more of that on the channel. And that was just it, because it used to be like, okay, we'd start off and then get to the boat as fast as you can and set sail, because someone will come up and just take all your stuff and sink your ship. Just So here we get to actually do some planning, and it'll be a little bit more. Yeah, a little bit. It'll be fun to get there, but it was a bit of a struggle getting started again. But just trying to remember stuff.
Exactly. The first episode back is always kind of what do the buttons do again? Which one does what? Trying to figure out where your tankard is, where your shovel is, those types of things. So that's what the first one was. But the next ones, I'm sure, will be a lot more fluid.
Yeah. And I forgot to. I looked up the rats. So it doesn't look like the rats are a problem. Actually, they're more of an indicator. So as your ship starts to take on water, the rats will start to make their way up. So if you see them, like if we see them coming up the stairs or going around the deck, then we know we've got flooding problems, and that kind of clues you in to go down.
Right. I also I looked that up as well. I also looked up the fishing, because I couldn't remember how to do it.
Yeah.
And apparently you just once they take the hook, you just have to pull in the opposite direction that they try to go in.
Oh.
And they'll pull for a little bit, and then they kind of rest, and while they're resting, that's when you reel it in. Oh. Yeah. But I kept hitting like the other button, which is like cut bait,
Yeah. Well,
they hook it, and then I cut bait, and then I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah. I kept reeling. I was reeling it in while I'm pulling, and it's like, okay, I forgot about that. Oh yeah, we'll get some fresh fish next time.
Right, because that was the thing, is I couldn't remember how to do it, because like you were saying, it's been so long. But what I did remember is it wasn't that difficult. It wasn't the hardest thing in the world. But I just couldn't figure out what I was supposed to do. And now I remember. Yeah, you just pull in the opposite direction until they stop fighting, and then you start reeling in. Here we go.
Yeah,
that's right on track there.
Yeah, there's the mountains, and it's funny, they look exactly like that too in American Truck Simulator. You see them back there, so
dropping the tail
a little bit.
Sounds like those engines are getting more power there.
But yeah, I like the Rockies.
Yeah, I do too.
It's fun stuff. My garage is probably off here, just under the wings someplace. Back there I got 3 good drivers out there. Yeah, so anyway, that's kind of what we got going on the channel.
Yeah, I got a new car mechanic simulator video going up tomorrow morning, Monday morning. So that's good. I still got to get an off-road mechanic simulator. I got to cut up the Sea of Thieves. It gets kind of motion sicknessy when you when you start spinning around or moving, and because you know where you're going and stuff like that. Right. But when you try to watch it back and you're not actually playing it, you could kind of get the little disorienting. Yeah. So I'm gonna see what I can do about that. But
I still got to
yeah,
get the F1 Manager 2022. I got to get those. I took a hiatus there. I got to get those out. And
yeah,
then yeah, then Easy Red 2 with me, you and Eric with the next two battles in France, which are also pretty comical and chaotic.
yeah,
Although we did get working for a while there. We had a couple like French tanks working their way in. That was kind of cool.
yeah. I think we did do pretty well as tank crews.
Yeah.
That's for true. I had a tank myself. I was driving for a while there.
Yes.
So I think the boys made up the tank crew.
Yeah. Oh, there we are. All right, we're on the ground here. Yeah, so actually, you can see this airport from Big Sky Ballpark,
All right.
and we'll be close by, and we'll be hopefully beating the Lockhorns, the first win in 7 games, right?
Yeah, well, again, it would be nice to start winning again. Like I said, I try to keep the word playoff out of my mouth because at this
Yeah.
point we're going to need an awful lot to get there. So right now it's just play baseball. Try to
Yeah.
win the next game in front of you and don't worry about anything else because we don't have any right to really.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see here. What do we got? 40 seconds left. Any last? Any last?
Hey, just let me out here. I can walk across to the field's right over there. You're actually
Yeah.
taking me in the wrong direction. I need
Right.
to.
I was looking up flights, and yeah, I'm surprised how many flights there actually are between Dallas and Colorado Springs, and Colorado Springs to Chicago too. I thought we
Oh,
had to
really?
go out of Denver, but you can go right out of Colorado Springs.
Well, I was surprised because in and around us, we have a college.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing more and more Colorado State stuff.
Oh,
So it's like transfer people coming from Colorado State back this way. So, or it was somebody's. Yeah,
oh,
I
we
can't
got
remember. But
3 seconds.
bye. Clear the
Bye.
aisle.